Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Bandy Kiki, the apologetic African lesbian and entrepreneur. So today I am going to be having a chat with TJ. And I know a lot of questions are really rolling in. Who is TJ Kiki? Well, I'm going to allow you to get to know TJ from TJ. But just a bit of background. TJ is from Zimbabwe and currently lives in South Africa as a refugee. TJ is a trans man. But we're going to talk about TJ's challenges, transitioning journey, and much more. So, guys, stay put. Okay, let's get into it. Hi, TJ. I just want to say a very big thank you for agreeing to do this. Coming to my platform to share your story or, a little chit chat. Okay. And I am also hoping that by the end of this chat, I would have gotten to know you much better. Just for a bit of background, guys, we met on TikTok. I don't know if I mentioned this here before, but I do a live on TikTok quite very often, and that's where we met. And he agreed to do this. So TJ, I'm just gonna go straight into the question, to be honest.
No problem, no problem.
Okay. So my first question to you is, when did you realize you were born an intersex?
I realized that when I was at the age of 4,
Okay.
uh, because I was somebody who was different from other kids.
Mhm.
When my mother gave birth to me, she ran away because she thought she gave birth to something that is not a human being.
Mhm.
Because I was born with two genitals
Mhm.
on my private party. So the one that was so dominant is the female side.
Mhm.
But the male side, they just take a rope and tied it until it fell down. That's what they did. But they didn't know that the inside of me, it was practically a man.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what happened. So I grew up with my granny. She's my role model.
Mhm. I'm sorry about that, TJ. I'm really sorry to.
Uh, no, I've managed to deal with it. Therapy. Yeah, it helps me a lot.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. I guess my other question to you is, when did you transition and what steps did you take? Just for anybody watching, would want to.
Oh, okay. For me, the journey was not easy
Mhm,
because back there from my country of origin, they
mhm,
are still transphobic, homophobic. Uh, so when I came to South Africa to seek refugee,
mhm,
that's when I started looking for information
mhm,
on where to start my journey as a transgender.
mhm,
Uh, Unfortunately, I couldn't get anything at all.
mhm,
But later on, I met this girl on Facebook. Her name was Ayanda. She's the one who told me that you can able to get hold of this organization that was Fruit Basket.
mhm,
It deals with refugees. The leader is a trans man. That is Thomas Chamiarira.
mhm,
So I managed to get in hold of Thomas Chamiarira. Then from there, he told me everything that I needed to know. So I started my transitioning last year, January. That's when I started taking my hormonal therapy.
mhm, mhm, mhm. Oh, wow. Wow. Sometimes when we're in a journey and we meet people who can help us achieve or
Yeah,
get to where we want to be, it's very humbling, isn't it? It's like the universe knows when to send help, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, that's true. I don't wanna lie. I never thought I was gonna get help through social media, but I
Mhm.
managed to get help.
Conversation will be happening around how social media is being used in a good way, especially for queer Africans who would not have access to certain information or help or have a voice. You understand? So social media has really been very positive for us as a community. So it's just really
Yes,
to hear that.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, how did your African family and community react to your transitioning?
Um, for my family, according to my family, my father named me Donwell. He accept me the way that I am, and he's so happy that he even commented that I look more handsome like before, and
Yeah.
like he's somebody who is always in support with whatever I do.
Mm,
But when it comes to the other relatives, they are the ones that are having a
mm,
challenges to adjust. Who am I? So to me, I just told myself that as long my parents are happy with me
mm.
and God, the rest, I can just ignore them.
Exactly. I like that. I like that positivity, and I'm so happy as well that your dad supports you. Knowing that you just mentioned that your mom ran away. So it's good to have at least a parent there, you know. Well, big
That
shout out to
support
him.
me.
Big shout out to him. So
Thank you so much.
what is something that you wish you knew before transitioning?
Something that I wish I knew before transitioning is the way that they did my scars.
Mm,
I'm not much comfortable with them. The scars, they are not so good because I thought this was going to be something that is so not visible, but they are so visible that anybody can ask you what happened. Sometimes you end up lying because like you'll be telling them that I was having these problems, so that I had to do a surgery, all of this.
mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm, Oh, wow. And what are your biggest fears when dating?
My biggest fear when dating is I don't want chances. I don't want people who want to experiment with me.
Mm,
I think even when I was growing up, it was not easy for me to date because
mm,
I just think maybe, like, let's say, for example, you never dated somebody who is a transgender.
mm,
You will be like, okay, I want to experiment with this one. So that's my biggest fear. So basically, when I'm in love,
mm,
I make sure with that one person we go far because I'm somebody who doesn't want to be experimented with.
I totally understand that. Nobody wants to be anybody's experiment. I totally understand.
Yeah.
So, what are some of the unique challenges that you experience as an African trans man?
The challenges that I experience out there,
Mm,
normally I get them from the people that knew me before I transitioned.
mm,
Because like they will be just like, hey, you were once a lady, all of that.
mm,
And it's very annoying because sometimes you'll be in a position where you are not even safe if
mm,
they know that you are a transgender, and the judgmental from people, how African people judge trans men.
mm,
I They will be like, yeah, you want to present yourself as a man, and they always say like period pain. You always it reminds you that you're a lady, all those stuffs. So sometimes it kills your self-esteem.
This reminds me of a comment that just I had on Facebook. So I reshared a couple who just got married, and somebody left a comment there saying, "At the end of the day, you guys are still going to menstruate." And I was like, "What's wrong with that? What's wrong
You
with
see,
menstruation? Like you are using menstruation as a weapon of," and this was commented by a woman, by the way, as a weapon of homophobia. What is wrong with that? Don't you menstruate as a straight woman? So do you think there's something wrong with you as a straight woman menstruating as well? You
you
know.
see,
Mm,
and like for us transgender, I like Mina practically I don't go to the periods.
mm,
So sometimes, it's just hectic to start thinking that this person is thinking otherwise. It frustrates me always. And another challenge that I experience is when I'm with my kids.
mm,
The people will be like, "Hey, you are teaching kids wrong things," but To
Mm-hmm.
me, my kids, they accept me for who I am. I don't have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm. Are the kids, you don't have to answer this, by the way. Are the kids biologically yours?
Yes, my kids are my biological kids.
Okay, okay. You had them before you transitioned.
Yes, I had them before I transitioned, although it was a challenge because for me to conceive, it was a bit challenge because
Mm,
before I even started the journey of transitioning,
mm,
I did not see my menstrual cycle
mm,
regularly because inside my, I don't know, inside the uterus, there was a problem because, like what I told you, I was born in intersex. So I think there was something wrong inside the blood cells. They were not matching, I think.
mm. Well, how old are your kids, if you don't mind sharing? I love kids, by the way. I wanted to have six of them, but this morning I changed my mind. I'm going to have four.
Okay, the firstborn is yeah, she is turning 13, but she is my wife's biological child.
Mm,
And then the second born is turning 10
mm,
next month. She's my wife's biological kid, and my biological kids.
mm,
The first one is turning 7 years.
mm.
Uh, and the last one is still a small baby. Is turning 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. He's
Oh,
turning 5 years.
that's a big family. I love that. You're living my dream, TJ. You're living my dream. I'm telling you.
Serious, yeah. Yeah, I'm one person who loves kids.
Mm,
I like the way that I grow up. I didn't love it because I didn't receive that parent
mm,
love.
mm,
So I make sure I have to give them that love.
mm. So my last question to you again is, what is your hope for trans people in Africa? Because I feel like we don't talk about trans rights enough across Africa, you know. So what is your hope?
For me, for transgender people, I don't wanna lie.
Mm,
It's not easy out there.
mm,
A lot of people they want to transition,
mm,
but they don't have information about it.
mm,
And those that are transitioning, they don't want to share that information.
mm,
And the other thing is, some people they won't have money to do it,
mm,
you know, because to start the journey, it's not for free. You
mm,
have to pay.
mm,
But here in South Africa, there are facilities that you can get that thing for free,
mm,
but you have to be on the waiting list. I don't know for how long.
mm,
So for me, I think if we are so open-minded that we can support the trans community, because
mm,
yeah, on itself, you can go at a group of lesbian and they will start judging you. They will be just transphobic, you know. They
mm,
don't understand this thing. I think you have to do a lot of this transgender thing so that people will know that we exist out there.
mm. I like this. And I like that you touch on the transphobia, even within the LGBT plus community.
Yes.
Yes, I like that you touched on that. I have seen that as well. I just wish we could do better as a community in Africa.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my wish. That's my wish. So
Mm,
that we can be just one family. One
exactly.
family. So that the people they can understand that. And another challenge that trans people are facing is a lot of people they judge you in a mysterious way that you can't even feel comfortable when you're around people. You'll
Mm,
be afraid. What if this person tells these guys that I was once like this? You
mm,
know.
mm,
Yeah,
mm,
we just want a world that I can be free. I can experience my feelings. You know. So being a transgender again, it's a hard on itself because I have to explain myself when I'm approaching somebody. Like when I'm want to date someone, I
mm,
have to tell them my story before. Maybe I love you, but
mm,
I can't. You know, sometimes I will be having fears to tell you that I love you. The
mm,
fact that I'm a transgender. Yeah.
But the good thing now is you don't have to do that because you have a wife, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the best thing ever.
Yeah. How
That's
did
the
you guys
best
meet?
thing ever.
Just bonus question.
Uh, with my wife, we met, like, we were friends on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure for about 2 years we were
Mm-hmm.
friends, and yeah, now she was just crushing on me.
Woo!
Yeah, she was just crushing on me. I didn't know, and me also. I was just like, oh, this chick, oh, this chick. So by that time, I was still in a relationship with my ex girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I kind of break up with that girlfriend of mine, my ex girlfriend. Then my wife was just my pillar of strength. She was there for me because it was not easy, because this person, I paid everything. It was not just a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
It hit me hard, and I told myself that I'm not gonna date again.
Mm-hmm.
But thank God she was there for me, and then one thing led to another. You know,
I like it.
then yeah.
You are living my dream. You are living my dream. I'm telling you, the
Serious.
family wife. Oof, that's my dream. Well, TJ, thank you so much for coming on here and for sharing your truth so generously. I hope that some people this can broaden the conversation around trans rights across Africa, as well as intersex rights as well, and who an intersex is. Because I know that a lot of people watching this didn't know before, but now they do. So thank you very much for sharing that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I was honored to be in your program. Thank you so much for that.